part 3 of making Chao from Sonic out of this aquamarine rough. So parts 1 and 2, I went over how I made the general shape of Chao, and I finalized on this like cab-like shape. Then I'm referring back to my original drawing. I said I wanted to lay eyes on top. But the first thing I had to do was decide on what color I wanted it. So Chao usually has like this darker blue color. I figured London Blue Topaz would make the most sense. So the best way for me to go about this is to go into inventory and find the London Blue that already exists instead of shaping it from scratch. This will save me a lot in time and labor. So once I found that, I went to measure out some of the eyes that I picked out because they're not technically all the same size. Once picked out, I made a bezel for it because Chao has like this white halo around the eyes. I think the best way to do this was with metal. So I'm making the bezel and then I use the file to kind of shorten it a little bit. Once that's made, then it's ready to be drilled. So the reason why I had to do this with the bezel first is because everything has to fit in perfectly. If it's not snug, then the stone will potentially fall out. So after I mark the eyes, I use this ultrasonic drill. It is water-based. It keeps the stone nice and cool, so the needle moves up and down really quickly. And I'm letting the needle do most of the work. I'm just zhuzhing it up and down. Aquamarine is a 7.5 on the most hardness scale, so it's a little bit tougher than others. So I'm using this hand shaft to open up the eye even more. I think I have to switch the needle about 3 to 4 times to get the perfect shape. So as I'm working on the right eye, I have to dip it back in the water. That way it keeps the stone nice and cool. If it doesn't, then I can potentially crack it. Each drill bit that I'm using has a different size and a different shape to it, so I'm using different sizes and different angles. And then I'm using a pencil to mark the eyes again because every time I dip it back in the water, my markings come off. And this is important to have it marked correctly because otherwise the stone won't fit and then we'll have a big problem. So this is kind of scary, but a good challenge to have. And finally, we have one eye done. Now we can finally set the eyes into place. Then I'm working on the other eye. Again, it's the same process, just switching the drill bits over and over, just opening that original hole that I made with the ultrasonic drill. And this is the big reveal of the stone and stone. What do you guys think? I'm actually really proud of this. But don't worry, the eyes aren't officially set yet. That's for another video. That's why the bezel's not pushed over and that's why he's not polished. But the next step for me to do is figure out what to do with the yellow part of his face. I'm torn between Brazilian opal and yellow onyx, and I know that the Brazilian opal looks more neon, but I'm kind of liking that contrast. Please help me figure this out because I'm having decision fatigue. Originally I wanted citrine and it just didn't look good next to the aqua. Oh, and here are some clips of me making that bezel. If you guys want a video on that, let me know. I know a lot of you guys probably know how to do this because it's very simple metal work. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video and hopefully I will have this Chao done soon. Bye guys!